You have nothing but the verification of people that will never be allowed to talk to anybody. So what good is their verification? It's not first-hand. All you have is third-hand information. As we now find that DNA testing, well, how did they know this was Osama bin Laden? Well, one of the wives, after she had been shot, told the people that was, well, they shot her. I mean, did they shoot her before she answered the question, or did they shoot her, before, okay, who is this man? He's my husband. Who is this man? Well, he's Sheikh Abdullah. Bam, bam. Who is he? He's Sheikh. Bam. He's the man you wanted to kill. Okay, folks, we have it on videotape. She has just said, she said, first of all, cut, edit. Then we now have it on first-hand knowledge that this was, as I heard, the guy said, some of the people said this is Barack Hussein. No, I mean Osama bin Laden. So they keep putting Obama's name first.
Are you serious?
Half of the reporters are saying Obama's name before they're saying.
What are they doing? Are they joking or
what's Freudian slips? I mean, I don't see, first of all, how you can do as many stupid things as this president can do.
He does them very well.
He does them very well. Oh, this is one thing. He probably does more stupid things than any president we've ever elected. This is what happens when you elect a guy that basically had no experience. I mean, our Constitution said anybody can be the President of the United States, unlike Bill O'Reilly, who said only political leaders should ever be president. Well, political leaders are what cause the problems. Then you had Ronald Reagan, who was not really a political leader, but a member of the people, who did form unions. He was a liberal Democrat, and then became a conservative Republican because they kept reaching into his pocket and taking money out of it. So, but I mean, you have to understand. She put up a thing on Facebook about bin Laden being killed. I mean, we even went so far as somebody sending us a picture of the dead bin Laden from the Justice Department with this Justice Department stuff on it.
Well, part of it is, see, it's that same picture that's been circulating all over Facebook.
But this one is basically, X the numbers out of the people.
I know, but they send it to me personally instead of sending it to the Facebook one.
I know, because they wanted to muzzle her because she was bringing up questions that should not, okay.
Part of it is to develop a conversation, even. It's like, just listen to all these things that are being said. So you put it all in one place, right?
But it has these questions that reporters should be asking. And especially, they're starting to ask now, everybody is starting to ask the same thing. Which one of these stories that the White House is spinning is the real story?
What's the real story?
And they're going to, well, we may have to put forth the pictures to show you. Well, the pictures don't show anything, it's after the fact. You don't do it after if you want to get the things out, you want to get them out that day. You don't want to get them out a week late because nobody believes it. No, and they said, what happens after the photos come out that no one's going to believe? Right. They're going to put the video out to show what happened.
What happens? It's so far out. For example, I'm going to bring up the birth certificate for an example. If at the beginning when the questions were raised it was out, fine. But to bring it out 3 years later after...
Oh, I mean...
you know what I mean?
With pediatricians in Hawaii, say, my God, I've never seen a long form certificate. I mean, she's seen mine, I got mine, most people have just a normal certificate. And second, the damn thing had to be typed up. I mean, this is not a photocopy. This was a brand new, pristine document.
So the same thing with Osama bin Laden. If the stuff had come out immediately...
Yeah, people would have... Basically, you're always going to have conspiracy theorists, but you have to stop off the problem before it happens. And how could... I don't know how a man that is as smart as this man is could make these many mistakes. Because he's not that smart. If you're going to be a good leader, you have to, Good leaders hang on for a simple reason. They see what's going to, the possibilities that could go wrong. If there's a possibility it's going to go wrong, they think twice about doing it. You blow the man to pieces and you irritate the people over at the military academy, but you basically said we got bin Laden and he's now blown to pieces. You piss off some of the people at the military academy, but you've done the job. You don't have anything afterward. There's nothing in the world afterwards you got to worry about. You know, now we got to worry about retaliation. The Saudis are cutting oil off to us. Half the
We're
Muslim
gonna increase
world.
the price of gas, which actually, you know, I think they wanted that anyway, right?
Yeah. No, it just gave him an excuse to basically squeeze again. They said that they don't know where he got this misinformation on burial. You know, the information with the Muslim is you take them, if you take them, you don't bury them with seed. You basically, okay, here's how it works. You stick them in a jar you stick them in a great big bell jar with preservative until you can be properly buried. That is how it's done. They basically, if it's an important Muslim leader that dies in a war, they don't stick that Muslim leader in the ground where he died. They'll put him in a huge jar and carry that body back in that jar back to their countries in like an olive oil or something, so that that body will be properly buried.
And it's not just Muslims, you know, the U.S. goes to great lengths to return soldiers or people back to their countries. I mean, like, for example, Hitler, what would they do with Hitler? Or I don't remember, what did they do with Hitler?
They gave Hitler Hitler was set on fire. They basically gave Hitler a proper burial, even though Hitler was a mean person. They give,
That's a way of putting it.
You know,
Or Mussolini, or Stalin, any leader.
We do not, we do not violate anybody's burial customs.
Whether they're a world leader or not.
Whether they're a world leader or not. We would not, we do not, if a member of the Taliban is killed in the field of battle, we don't just take that person and throw that person in a well. They bury the person. They bury him. I mean, if a terrorist dies on our soil and he's basically killed when the police officer or something or somebody kills him, they bury the person properly. We just don't throw him in a garbage heap. So this is how we do things. And they said, well, what they did was made us like everybody else in the world. Well, no, nobody else in the world would have done that but us.
I don't even know.
Every other country, we'll put it this way.
I don't even know where
The
they
French,
that
the
one.
French would not have done it, and the French don't like the Muslims. The British, who basically controlled a lot of that part of the world, would have given a proper burial. You know, they would have basically respected it, even though the guy is a terrorist and killed lots of people. If they give a proper burial to Saddam Hussein after he was hung. If Gaddafi were to be killed, he would get a proper burial. That is how it's done. Taking a guy on an aircraft carrier, throwing him in the ocean, is not any means of proper. Well, they said they did it because they didn't want to cause a fuss and have people come to his site to worship him as a martyr. Well, if they'd have blown him up, they would have had that problem. And all Obama would have ever had to say was, he's dead. It's over. That would have been the end of it. He came on and said, this, the national nightmare is over. You know, that Osama bin Laden has been hit by a predator drone, and we no longer have this man to worry about. His evil is over. That would have been it. You wouldn't have lost the other 50% on the burial. You'd have had the conspiracy people believe. I mean, conspiracy people are going to believe what they want to believe. But a conspiracy is only a conspiracy as long as it's not the truth.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So these are the
So
things.
much for conspiracy.
No, but this is, just everything that this man can do wrong, he continues to do wrong. I mean, it's against our law. There is a piece of legislation that prohibits this. It directly prohibits it, and Barack Obama has violated that law. It doesn't make any difference if you do it and they don't know you've done it. Presidents do it all the time. That's what the NIS is for, the National Security,
NCIS?
National Security Agency,
Oh.
NCA, whatever. You know, the guys that do the black suit.
NSA.
NSA, National Security Agency. They do it all the time. I know people that live over there, you know, and basically they're nice people. They don't look like Sean Connery. You know, they sort of look like old people like me, or, you know, they look like the woman that goes to the grocery store with her hair up, you know, could be a cold-blooded killer. But they do it all the time. They knock people off continually. That's what they do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
But, and most of them don't know who it is they're doing it to. They just do it and then go on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, like the Bourne Identity, you know, he was just an ordinary person. They're not 6'4" tall and look like Sean Connery or Michael Caine.
Is Sean Connery that tall?
Yeah. You know, 240 pounds, you know, big man, Mr. Universe weightlifter, big guy, so, you know, but the reason why he doesn't work anymore because he doesn't like getting his waistline down, so, because, you know, and Harrison Ford is actually older than he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that makes, but Harrison Ford's still working with. But no, but one person will get in shape, the other person does. I don't want to do that anymore. So, but they do not look like Sean Connery. They go out and act people for our country. The Soviets when the Soviets basically do the same thing. The Germans, the Spanish. I think the only people in the world that probably don't do it are the Swiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, they're neutral.
They're neutral.
The same. So, but the Swiss put it this way: the Vatican sends people out to do it, and you know. They have these nasty little guys working for the Swiss Guard that go do the job for them. They also,
see, Switzerland doesn't do it, but they have the Swiss Guard do it?
Yeah, remember
we did see
the Illuminati or something is basically...
Illuminati?
Illuminati is the execution arm of the Catholic Church. It's just like the assassination arm of the Mormons was the avenging angel. You know, he'd go out and basically...
Was that real?
Yeah, he'd take care of people.
Oh.
He'd take care of that.
I thought that was like more myth.
No, it's basically, it was the guy that would go out, if the Mormons would have problems, they'd send out a gunfighter and he would take care of the problem, the avenging angel. But it just, you don't want to make things worse than what they are. Okay, this happened, they can't get their story straight because, they, you know, right after they've said one story, well, you know, we used enhanced interrogation. Okay, I'm also going to tell you something. We're going to go back to the, okay, well, we enhanced waterboarding was done on the Sheikh Mohammed, whatever his name was. Yes, but wasn't that like 6 years ago? Well, certainly it was 6 years ago. You tell me what the hell any information got 6 years ago would do us right now. You mean they wouldn't have changed the way they do things because I'm in here and I know all the evidence? No, they wouldn't change the way they do anything. They would keep exactly the same courier, and you follow the courier. You mean they would change the courier? No, they wouldn't change the courier. You're being facetious. They would change the courier, wouldn't they? After 6 years, that man would no longer be doing anything. You goofed, didn't you? Uh-oh. They got information years ago. And you know that they're not going to keep the same guy for like half a decade doing the courier job.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense because they kill those people right and left too. I mean, basically, like Bin Laden has already been replaced by a new #1 guy that basically is a better speaker and loves to be on camera. So, so, but
do you feel like they're just some spokespeople?
They're spokespeople, yeah.
You know,
but
just like Jack in the box.
But we go back. You mean to tell me that there's no valuable information we can get from anybody in Guantanamo Bay? Well, if they've been locked up for 10 years, they sure don't know anything. Uh-oh. Yeah. See why none of this makes sense. I mean, you're going to waterboard somebody 6 years ago, and he's going to tell you all the information. You need to collaborate the information that somebody else was waterboarded 4 years ago, told you that somebody else was enhanced interrogated 2 years ago, and all of this information is put together, and you now know where the man is. I assume Lorenzo Lamas will be playing the lead character on the Sci-Fi Channel in one of their bad sci-fi movies. They're already making the movie, about SEAL Team 6. It's already being made as we speak, and they're going to tell you the true story. And then they're also going, like the Sci-Fi Channel has the Legend of Thor that's coming out this weekend. You're going to have the sci-fi version of Bin Laden's takedown. That's already, that would be done, you know, and then you're gonna have the History Channel is doing it, Discovery Channel is doing it, I think the Hallmark Channel is doing it. All of these true stories of what went on. And so, which truth is real truth? Is my truth the truth? Is her truth the truth? Is the President's truth the truth? Or is it a combination of all above?
Oh, imagine that.
I know. Oh, yes. She's got more to say. It's part of, okay, we'll figure, okay, I'll tell you how you know if my truth is the truth.
How?
If after this is on, I'm not on anymore, you know my truth was the truth. If I went to visit my parents, then you know it's the truth, yeah.